Traveling across Cannabis America, we'll discover 50 shades of green. The country has as many different situations regarding the drug as there are states. This is because cannabis is still illegal at a national level, and the different states are running experiments of varying levels of audaciousness. Between federal prohibition and local legalization, there's a gray but sunny zone in which American weed grows. The departure point for our journey has to be California, the richest and most populous state. This is where it all began 20 years ago. Marijuana is part of the landscape here and was an integral part of the counterculture of beatniks and hippies. But in 1996, the status of cannabis underwent a change when it became a substance one could use quite legally for medical purposes. An official card, procured by prescription, granted access to specialized pharmacies. This is what a dispensary of medical cannabis looks like today. This is in Oakland, in the suburbs of San Francisco. With a stripped-back design and muted atmosphere, it's like a cross between a chic drugstore and a specialized garden center.
Good morning. I don't think I have 75, like the same nursery when it comes to cookies. Got like 25 of one. And then I have some the platinum cookies from Dark Heart.
I'll just take these and then I'll come back. Yeah.
Okay.
At Harborside, the customers are not customers, but patients. They come here for treatment, not to get stoned, even though the cannabis they buy still has the usual psychotropic effects. They have a choice of hundreds of products. The weed is available in 30 or so varieties, each with its own specific properties, and can be bought loose or in ready-rolled joints. But the patients can also choose from more concentrated resins, better known as hashish, or try more innovative forms of the drug in candy, chocolate cookies, drinks, pills, massage oils, or therapeutic creams. The dispensary's boss, Steve D'Angelo, personifies this green revolution which is sweeping across America. Now a shrewd businessman, in the 80s and 90s, he was one of those fighting to get the therapeutic benefits of marijuana recognized.
The passage of California's medical cannabis law, the first in the world, in 1996, really grew out of the AIDS crisis in San Francisco in the late 1980s, where there were funerals every weekend all throughout the city. People were dying. Everybody knew somebody who had a friend who had AIDS or who was dying from AIDS or who did die from AIDS. AIDS patients would just get so nauseous that they were no longer able to eat. They would lose weight and eventually die because of that. So cannabis, everybody's heard of the cannabis munchies. Well, that really works, and it helped all of the AIDS patients gain weight. And just by gaining weight and being able to eat and bring sustenance into their body, they were able to live much longer. And once we saw this, right, we began getting cannabis and giving it to other AIDS patients. And so that's why we had to change the laws. We had to change the laws because our friends were dying and the police were stopping us from saving their lives. So it was a very immediate need. It was not strategic. It was about saving people's lives.
As well as for AIDS, cannabis is commonly prescribed as a secondary treatment for many conditions, such as depression, osteoarthritis, anorexia, multiple sclerosis, and some kinds of cancer. Here, for example, is a patient buying cannabis to accompany the chemotherapy she's undergoing for a brain tumor.
Oh, that's right. You guys have me on trying to figure out what to do. I had a round of chemo, so I'm trying to
get past that.
Get out of that chemo funk. So
Got you.
I need a P3.
You talking about the green label?
The green one, the green label.
Yeah, so you're still getting that THC.
I still am getting some THC?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh,
so that's why you're feeling
I
a little.
Still feel a
yes,
little. Oh,
absolutely.
okay.
But you're not stony or
right,
high.
Right, like
it's
the other,
more
like the
CBD's more focused and clear without being high.
Exactly.
Yep.
My paint is better, way better. My speech is better. My trimmers are better.
Hey, that's cool. I'm glad we met.
Yes. I still have nausea, off and on.
Right.
And all I have to do is
Take a little bit.
and it just knocks it out. Yeah. All right. Thanks,
Cool.
my dear.
It's always good
We'll
to see
you
you.
next time.
It's always good to see y'all. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for everything.
That was awesome. That was super awesome.
We have over 220,000 registered patients who are members of our organization. We serve about 1,000 patients every day, and we have over 250 employees now. But we have another shop, and we have a farm, and we have a factory, and a few other things going on. We rolled a Trojan horse into the heart of corporate America.
The Trojan horse tactic is a winner. How can you go on banning a product that is recognized as having medical benefits? The legalization of medical cannabis leads sooner or later to complete legalization where it's freely sold over the counter. California voted for this in November 2016. Those in the business were already rubbing their hands.
To prepare for that, we're expanding this place. It will be twice the size a year from now than it is today. We will be adding a whole lot of new features. We'll have a tasting room where people will be able to come in and actually taste and experience different types of cannabis right here before they purchase it.
Like any good businessman, Steve D'Angelo was thinking ahead. Long before the result of the referendum, he bought greenhouses a 2-hour drive from his HQ in Oakland in Salinas Valley, where the more traditional lettuce is now being dethroned. With its temperate climate and constant sunshine, the birthplace of the writer John Steinbeck is a perfect spot for growing cannabis. Steve D'Angelo is thinking big. The greenhouses here cover almost 4 hectares, but there's already considerable extension work going on. And the 25 employees will be joined next year by 100 new colleagues. The man in charge of the site is a local horticulturist who now cares for his cannabis plants as he used to for his roses and peonies.
I've never seen the greenhouse business change like it has in the last 6 to 12 months. Fortunately, we got in a little bit early here because we were looking 2 years ago, but people that have been looking the last 3 to 6 months, they're paying probably 4 to 6 times normal market value. So next door was a house or a piece of property with greenhouses on it that was on the market for years and years for $1 million and not an offer. And then as soon as the cannabis rush started, he was offered $4.2 million. And to see these greenhouses coming back to life is pretty exciting to me too. So it's a beautiful business to start right now in this valley. Typically agriculture follows money. And if there's a good market value on cannabis, then there'll be agricultural catching up very fast to cannabis. So I see that happening in the next couple of years.
In California's Epicurean culture, cannabis is taking up a place center stage. Sea, sunshine, and weed. Nothing new about that, except that now it's all legal. And very profitable. The pro-cannabis militants who used to fight for the right to smoke have understood that profit is the best weapon for changing the world. They're no longer lying back and counting the stars. They're counting dollar bills.
Every decade or so, there's 1 or 2 big business booms that really captures the public's attention and creates a ton of opportunity and a ton of wealth. Cannabis is the next big one for this decade. In 2016, this is a $6.7 billion legal market in North America. That's up 34%
from 2015. I mean, you will not find another multi-billion-dollar market growing at that rate anywhere else in the world. You know, I've been working to change the marijuana law since I was 18. And we saw business as a way to accomplish our political goals. Look, if you want something done in this world, figure out how to make it profitable and you can do it a lot faster.